Hi, my name's Megan. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you a series of questions to kind of get to know you and learn about your health and your history, and so we can make a program for you. If there's any questions I ask you that you're uncomfortable with, we'll just skip over them and move on. Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so I noticed from your paperwork that you're a veteran.
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, thank you for your service. Would you mind telling me a little bit about your military background?
Yeah, so I was fresh out of high school, 18 years old. I decided I was going to enlist in the military. My parents are a first generation American immigrants, right? So I've always just been thankful of the opportunities we have in this country and decided that I wanted to serve. And I did. I was in the military for 12 years total until I had an injury which led to me losing my right arm.
Okay, how long has it been since you had your injury?
Oh, right at about 10 years.
Okay, so what kind of adjustments have you made in your daily life or your exercise routine since your injury?
I've had to make a lot of adjustments. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was very hard at first. The PTSD was almost as crippling as the physical injury. You know, obviously I had to adjust being right-handed and then learning how to write with my left hand and adjusting just activities of daily living. But it's been a hard adjustment.
Okay. You noted that you suffer from depression. Are you on any types of medication for it, or?
Yes, I suffered with depression for quite a few years. I've been on antidepressants, and I can probably say I've kind of normalized over the last 3 years or so.
Okay.
So it's just not as bad as it used to be.
Okay, so I'm just going to learn a little bit about your exercise history. Were you pretty active during your time in the military?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, you know, we have our required PT that we have to go through. But on top of that, I was huge in weightlifting. I was a big power lifter. Loved going heavy, squatting heavy weight. Just loved going to the gym, and that was one of the hardest adjustments was losing that outlet.
So how did your injury affect your activity levels when you got out?
Well, initially I forgot all about being active, right? Losing my arm was such a big life shift. It completely changed everything. So initially I wasn't even thinking about weightlifting or anything like that. I was thinking, I don't have an arm, you know, how can I do these normal activities? And eventually time went on, and as I got kind of accustomed to not having an arm, it became more on the radar that hey, you know, maybe that's something I would like to start getting back into, because I did start, you know, gaining some weight and the depression and all of that. So.
Okay, well that's definitely something we can help you with. Can you fill me in on any of your current activities that you do to stay active?
Oh, absolutely. So right now, as I was kind of saying, it's hard because I feel lost. I try to do certain activities. I do some squats sometimes. I do some leg machines, and I try to do some upper body. But honestly, there's just so many things that I used to do that I just can't do anymore, and I feel lost, and I'd really like some help and some direction.
Okay, so we'll be able to provide you with some direction and help you get on a good plan. What would you say your main goals are in regards to your fitness level?
Okay, so, well, first of all, you know, health. I'm about 280 pounds or so, and that's a little heavier than I used to be back in the day. So I'd like to, you know, lose a little bit of weight, get healthier. I'd also like to be able to develop my upper body more. You know, part of like I was saying earlier is like I don't know how to train, and I've noticed my upper musculature on the right side of my body has atrophied big time. Like I just don't have any muscle there because I don't use it. So that's another thing. And lastly, just enjoyment. I miss that feeling of going to the gym and getting that good workout in and feeling good about it. So.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, thank you for sharing all that information, and thank you for your time, and I'm excited to get to work with you.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to see what y'all have planned.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
So next what we're going to be doing is exercise testing. The first one we're going to do is your cardiovascular testing. This is just to see where you stand cardiovascular fitness-wise. So for this test we're going to be doing a YMCA protocol. There's 2 to 4 stages. During each stage it'll be about 3 minutes. And then I'll be assessing your heart rate and your blood pressure, and then your RPE, which is your rating of perceived exertion. When I ask for your RPE, you're going to give me a number between 6 and 20, 6 being lightest, not much effort, and then 20 maximal effort. You want to base that number on how you feel and how hard you feel like you're working during each stage. Then during each stage we'll be increasing the resistance, and then the test will end when you reach 70% of your heart rate reserve, or if you can't stay within the protocol, or if I see any other indication that you need to stop the test. And then after that we'll just go into a cool down, and then that will be the end of the test, and that will get your estimated VO2. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
No? Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. We're going with your warm-up. We're going to go ahead and start stage 1. Stage 1 is going to last about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and do your heart rate, your blood pressure, and then I'm going to assess your heart rate again. That second heart rate, what I'm going to do is make sure those heart rates are within 6 beats per minute of each other, and then if they are, then we're going to go ahead and progress you to the next stage, and we'll once again increase your resistance.
Alrighty.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. So as we're going through stage 1, we want to make sure that this number right here stays at about 50. We'll accept 48 to 52, but we really want to aim for about 50. Okay, so now that we're to the last minute of the stage, we're going to go ahead and get your heart rate, your blood pressure, and your heart rate. And you'll just go ahead and keep pedaling. Go ahead and do your blood pressure.
I would say about an 8.
About an 8? Okay, so your heart rates are within each other, so we're going to go ahead and progress to the second stage, and we're going to go ahead and increase it again. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and talk about your exercise program we have planned for you. So for a weekly plan, what we are really going to focus on is cardio, flexibility, and then strength training. Your strength training will be twice a week, and we'll be focusing on upper body exercises one day, lower body exercises on the next day. So right now we're going to go ahead and perform an upper body exercise. We're going to go ahead and show you the bicep curl. Obviously when we do your program, since you're conditioned, we will be doing arm exercise on the left-hand side, and then we'll be focusing on chest exercises and back exercises for both sides, just so we don't have any muscle imbalances. So we'll go ahead and do the bicep curl. So I'll show it to you first. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand, keep your elbow in at your side, and all you're going to do is just curl the dumbbell up and then down. Make sure you breathe while you do the exercise, and then do it at a slow and controlled pace. So you can go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and do 8 reps just so you get a feel for it. You can go ahead and curl up. Does that feel okay and everything?
Yeah.
You don't feel off balance or anything like that?
No.
Perfect. That's 2. More. Good. I'll go ahead and take that dumbbell from you. So another thing we can do with bicep curls, we can also do it on a cable as well. You'll just pick that up off the ground. And then when we do tricep exercises on that side as well, we'll be doing a lot of cable work too, so you don't have to lift anything above your head since you don't have both to kind of control that weight above your head. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, sounds fine.
Awesome. Alright, so next what we're going to be doing is a lower body exercise. Lower body exercise we're going to be doing is leg extension. We know you like to work out those legs, so we're going to get you on this machine, make sure you feel comfortable with it. When you sit down to adjust it, you should be able to reach it by just reaching over. But if you can never reach it, you have problems with it, you can go ahead and ask the staff and we'll be able to help you. So you can go ahead and sit down right here. And you adjust the seat by reaching that lever right there, and you want to make sure your knees about level with the pivot point right there. And then all you're going to do is extend your legs out. Does that feel okay? Like you like the machine?
That's fine. That's comfortable.
Perfect. So that's one leg machine we'll be doing. The other one we will be doing is leg curl, because that'll work your quads and your hamstrings.
Got it.
That sound good? Awesome.
Alright, so now we're going to go over some of your barriers and considerations. I noticed that you have a history of PTSD, and I want to know how that affects your exercise program.
Yeah, so something with my PTSD is I get really uncomfortable whenever I'm around just large groups of people who I don't know. It kind of creates a feeling of anxiety in me, and I just get really nervous, and I guess you consider that a trigger point of mine, so that'd be something to consider.
Okay, so I would recommend private training sessions, and if you want to go to the gym by yourself, I would recommend going early in the morning where there's less traffic.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right. So when exercising, I want you to be cautious of muscle imbalances and injury. So whenever you're working out using your left arm, be sure to do a workout on the right side, whether you're working the chest or back, just to prevent muscle imbalance.
Okay.
And also, I want you to do functional exercises with your left arm as well as your lower limbs. So that's going to improve your active daily living and make you more independent.
Okay.
I want you to be aware of your PLS. You may experience phantom limb sensation during or after a workout. So I would recommend that you take, frequent breaks, work out in the mirror, make sure you're doing things slow, make sure you have good technique, and then that'll prevent injury and relieve pain as well.
Okay.
Okay, so we have your results back. I'm just going to run over the numbers with you, and if you have any questions, just let me know.
Alrighty.
So your resting heart rate is 64 beats per minute, which is in a good range. Your resting blood pressure is 128/88, which is a little bit higher than normal, but with aerobic exercises, we'll be able to lower that back down into a normal range.
Okay.
One of the tests we did, we had to stop because you had some local fatigue in your lower limbs. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to strengthen those muscles and hopefully lower the fatigue level.
Okay.
Your VO2 peak is 48.5 milliliters per kilogram per minute, which is in a good range for your age. And your 3-rep max squat was 425 pounds, which is really impressive. So some of the exercises we did you enjoy any of them, or are there any exercises you want us to implement into your program?
Yeah. So I really enjoy squatting. So it's always been something I've liked to do, and something that I've continued to be able to do after the injury. So squats would be a great thing to keep included in the routine. With cardio, I'd like to try some new things. Right, I know I do some running every now and then, but I'm curious as to how swimming would go. So maybe try that out. See how it goes. The bicep curls, I like doing that. That's a goal of mine, is to get a little bit more size on my arm. So the bicep curls were a good one.
Okay, so we'll be sure to include those into your program. So within 3 months, we hope to see some results. So we hope to see maybe some weight loss and some muscle gain. Also still improve your cardiac performance and your endurance, and to hopefully lower your blood pressure. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, sounds good.
Are we going? And then during each stage, the last 3 minutes, I'll be doing your heart rate, your blood pressure, your heart rate, and then asking for your RPE. Marcus!
You said